Hey, Casey here. Before we start the show, I just want to say we've been talking about taking a break between campaigns, as we do later on in this episode, but we should be back on October 7th because sitting right next to me is Matt Popich.
Hey.
Enjoy the show. I'll cut out that gap.
Okay.
It's time to chop down on a fresh crit sandwich. Welcome to Crit Sandwich. On Crit Sandwich, 4 friends play 5th edition D&D campaigns loosely based on our favorite movies, TV shows, and video games. We use adult language, have inconsistent character voices, and often screw up the rules. If you're new to Crit Sandwich, go back to any episode 1. There are 4 campaigns in the archives. This is a terrible place to start. We are getting close to the end of this campaign, so let's get to it. I am Casey Sears, your master of dungeons. To my left is Chuck Ventus.
I am Chuck, your master of Charmeleons.
Yeah. So, Chuck, if you could have one Pokemon in real life, what Pokemon would that be?
You know, I would probably have... Oh, man. This is tough.
This is a tough question.
I would probably have a Ditto. Because he could...
That's a smart
transform
choice.
into anything that I wanted.
That's maybe the best choice.
Don't they have, like, they can do the abilities of the other Pokemon, I
so,
believe. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you need to, like, cross an ocean, all of a sudden, bam,
Yep.
Gyarados.
I would probably do a Ditto, because he's multi-skilled.
What if you answer this question honestly and not cheat?
If I answered it honestly... How is that cheating?
Because you get all of the Pokemon. It's like, what Pokemon do you want? All of them.
I want them all.
Well, actually, he can only mimic the one that he's looking at. So
Is that true?
If it's the one and only Pokemon.
I would be if I feel like if I say Mewtwo, then that would be cheating as well.
Oh, I
he's
think
like
that'd
super
be creepy.
powerful.
He's like a kind of a weirdo looking. You know what I mean? Like he's a little bit
poor guy.
intimidating.
Yeah, he won't listen to you either. He'll just be stubborn and fly off into a cave.
Maybe.
All right, across the table from me, you just heard him there. Robbie Ponder. If you
Hello.
had one Pokemon, what Pokemon would it be?
I don't. This is a tough question. You know, I've always liked Vulpix, and like maybe as a pet, like a pet dog, Vulpix, and then like when it evolves into Ninetales, that'd be pretty cool.
Just a cute little foxy thing.
Yeah,
Cheater.
No, that's not-
I'm just kidding.
I am kind of cheating. I am scrolling through some Pokemons, and I didn't get very far.
my answer is Lickitung for sexual reasons. Matt,
See, if anyone's a cheater, it's Casey because he like comes up with the question. He has the most time to answer.
I have my joke prepared.
yeah, it's.
Don't you get licked by him? Like don't you pass out? Like isn't that his move? Where he makes you pass
have
out?
no clue. So Matt is still out. He will be back, but we are still considering a break between campaigns. We'll let you know more about that once we figure it out for ourselves. But for now, this is Campaign 5, Mad Meowth, Poké Road. Previously on the podcast, the gang escaped from Meowth's compound. You drove across the vast region of Kanto. You blew up a giant poison storm. You went through a ravine and changed vehicles, confiscated a car and a motorcycle, and you guys drove through the wastelands and found yourselves surrounded by a group of Abras and Kadabras.
Ta-da! It's a magic trick.
Thanks. A circle of Abras and Kadabras teleport around you. They are all painted in white and wielding spears. The last Pokemon to warp in is an old Alakazam with her long, wiry mustache caked with the white paint and dust of the deserty landscape that surrounds you.
Is she holding 2 spoons?
She does hold 2 spoons. She puts one of those spooned hands up and speaks with mental telepathy. Wait. Is that you? Charlize, have you come home?
Charlize Theron?
Psychosa looks over at the Alakazam. Yeah. Obviously, her real name's got to be Charlize. That's got to be her birth name, right?
Yeah.
So, gosh.
That's hot.
Psychosa looks over at the Alakazam and she says, yes, it is me. And you guys see the eyes of the Abras, Kadabras, and the Alakazam all start to smile and joyfully nod. They kind of circle around Psychosa. I'm still saying Furiosa. How am I still doing that? Even when I was writing notes recently, I was still typing Furiosa instead of Psychosa. So they start circling around her, and they're hugging her and embracing her and patting her on the shoulders. She found her family.
Aw.
Yeah, so Psychosa asks about her mother, and just to find that she died a few months back, and she embraces some of the other people. And at this point, they kind of cut you off, kind of mentally speaking. You're not quite sure what's going on. They're having some sort of conversation amongst themselves. You see them gesturing every once in a while. But then...
What's the name of the place that we're trying to get to?
The Viridian Forest.
I was going to yell in the middle of all that. I'm like, where's the Viridian Forest?
As Solid yells, where's the Viridian Forest? Psychosa turns towards you, and then she relays that psychically to the rest of the Abras and Kadabras.
They don't understand me?
She restates it in a more polite way.
Okay, so as long as she's staying focused on our goal, because if we're being chased by Meowth still, that's what I still want to keep going.
The older Alakazam speaks up, and she says, well, if you've come here, surely you just have driven through it.
No, it was desert and was it swamp? Was there swamps and stuff?
Yeah, there were stumps and swamps and fog and everything.
There was nothing back there except for death.
That is what has become of the Viridian Forest.
What?
I think Meowth had something to do with this.
I look over at Charmeleon, who just said that.
Charlie.
Charlie, yeah. And you're looking pretty intimidating now instead of like...
You got huge
Charmander.
arms.
Yeah.
My arms are
got
longer.
arms down that can
I
actually
have
scratch.
much more of a reach on me.
Did Meowth play? Is that my voice?
It's been a while, guys.
Did Meowth play a role in destroying everything back there?
Of course, he destroys everything he touches. He's burnt all of Kanto to the ground.
We don't have time for this. We have to go head on against Meowth.
Is there anything that lies in that direction? Which is the opposite direction of Meowth, and I point my tail in that direction. Is there anything out of Meowth's reach that we can go and seek peace?
The regions are locked off in between games. I don't make the rules. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
Like the Pokemon games. You're just stuck in a region.
It was like games.
Yeah.
No, it's just nothing. She's just like...
There's an invisible wall out there.
Yeah, there's an invisible wall keeping you in the bounds of this game.
The only way to stop this, Solid, is to kill Meowth. Ice, give me that gun. I'm going to pull a bullet in that bitch's face.
Psychosa speaks up. We can take him.
I lock and load the pistol. Yeah, we can.
He took our forest. But I know a place that's green. The Safari Zone. With Meowth not in his palace, we can release all of the Pokemon and human captives and lead a revolution and take over his compound.
I see. So first you kill the humans that you get, and now you want to release them.
Yes, he killed many humans, but he kept many as slaves and playthings.
So she's saying that he's keeping humans and Pokemons as like slaves in the Safari Zone? Is that what
Yes.
she's suggesting? Okay.
Yeah, there is.
Because I'm thinking like we just ran into humans and they just tried to like eat us and stuff. We just had an encounter against humans, so why would we want to help them? But if these humans are being held captive, then it sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, even you hear some of the other cadabras and stuff are like, the humans, what? Are you sure? Is that a good idea? I don't know if that's a good idea, releasing the humans. And Psychosis says, Meowth didn't destroy all of the Pokeballs he confiscated. He has a secret cache. We could even arm the humans.
Ooh. Little sidekick action. That sounds like a plan to me.
But if we take down Meowth, that means things may return to the previous order.
Which is humans running the show?
Indeed.
That life wasn't so bad for us. I'm indifferent to it.
It sounds like we're just picking the lesser of two evil futures. Which one is less evil? I don't know. But as long as Snow is by my side, that's what I care about.
Like in love with your Meowth or something?
We've been doing some training together. I don't know if it had some little separate time.
Yeah, whatever.
My Meow Snow is she is trained with the bow, okay?
All right. I'll ask, is there a known leader amongst the humans? Maybe we could work on an arrangement before setting them free, where
Perhaps.
everyone can be free.
We'll see what we can do. I know not of what structures they've organized themselves into since they've been in Meowth's camps.
Well, I think freeing everyone is the best option, because right now we have nothing with Meowth in control.
And we destroyed his storm. Maybe someday the sun will shine again. All right, so at this point, Psychosa starts talking to the Abras and the Kadabras. Some of them are in, some of them are not. They have their own motorcycles and stuff that they get around the wasteland in. And you guys have a couple options right now. One option is to head back the way you came. If you go that way, you'll kind of maybe know where Meowth is and maybe try to go around him, sneak around him. Or you could go the way that you guys passed up at the beginning, where you go across that long bridge that is possibly defended by Meowth. But that's the more direct route back, and you don't know whether or not that you will cross paths with Meowth if you go that way.
Okay.
Or you guys can just say, hey, we're free now, screw it. Let's call it a game. Let's call it a campaign.
On to the next campaign.
Screw that ending.
No, that would be no fun. Well, as a Charmeleon, I feel like the most direct route is what I want to do. I want to get down to business. I don't want to pussyfoot around it, So I want to go back to the point where we can go across the long bridge to get to where we need to go as fast as possible.
Sure.
So I will voice my opinion, saying I think we need to take the most direct route across the bridge.
What does Midnight, Snow, and other cat want to do? Snow, ice and Midnight.
How do you forget so much?
It's been like a month and a half since we played last.
And you edit these, and you listen to them.
I have it written down. I just had to find it in my notes. Snow, Ice, and Midnight. What do they want to do?
What do you guys think that they would say about this, taking down Meowth? I think they might be into that. They were really, slaves of his too.
Yeah, I think they want to take him out, and I think strength in numbers, whatever. I think Ice is with me. We've kind of bonded, I guess, like being partners and stuff, and she'll want to do the most direct route to get there as fast as possible. It's worth the risk right now. Everyone's lives kind of suck right now, and they're willing to. We have nothing to lose, I guess, is our mindset.
Yeah, Snow, she will. She doesn't care for, the revenge part, but, for future, she doesn't see any way to live peacefully unless Meowth is out of the picture. And she will talk about the circumstances that everyone's in. I mean, when you're put in a bad situation, then your character is going to be bad. So it's not the Pokemon and the humans' fault the way that they're acting that bad. You picking up what I'm putting down?
Sure.
This is Snow's thoughts.
Of course. All right, so that's the plan. Take that bridge.
I'm already on my bike, and I'm saying, because I'm kind of, my personality has changed slightly, and I'm just like, let's go. and I rev up the bike and take the pistol that Ice. I took the pistol from Ice, kind of throw it into the bike like a little. Is there like a little satchel or something on the side or something? A little holster. Throw it in there because I'm going to use that to kill Meowth.
Yeah.
I've already decided. So 2 pennies on his eyes.
2 Pokeballs.
2 yen.
2 Pokeballs. Yeah, 2 yen. That's what.
All right, so you guys talk about plans and strategies for a few minutes, and then you guys are like, let's do this. Let's jump in our vehicles, pedal to the metal, and let's cut Meowth off before he even finds you.
I'll blaze ahead in my bike ahead of the car that we have.
So let's just make this clear. You're on your motorcycle by yourself.
Yep.
Your dirt bike. You dirt bike by yourself. Okay.
On my bike.
So then we have the car, and then some Alakazams and Kadabras.
Yep. Oh, Kadabras. So there's...
oh, yeah, we have more people.
You have more people with you. So
Or more Pokemon.
One thing, if you will allow it, Abras, all they can really do is teleport. If you want to, one can just grab onto your back, and you can drag it around, like, piggyback style, and use it to teleport.
I'll ask the Kadabras. Hold on a sec. Can
You
they
already
teleport?
drove off. You already drove off.
Well, hold on.
You're a different character now. It's so aggressive. You didn't do any prep work before you left. You just got on a motorcycle and left.
That's my character. Can they teleport me and a bike at the same time?
Okay, so
A teleporting bike.
I don't think so.
You come back as you realize no one is leaving you. No one's leaving and following you yet. You come back.
I'll come back and I'll say, yeah, I realize there's not enough people somebody's going to hop on here.
So you can, if you have an Abra strapped onto your back, you can teleport up to 60 feet to a point it can see, and it's just yourself and anything that you have in your hands.
I'll have an Abra get on the bike with me.
What's the name of that Abra?
Kazam. Abracazam. Abracazam. His name's Kazam.
Robbie, are you going to have an adorable, sleepy-looking little Abra?
I'm having trouble picturing an Abra on my back, like an
you're a big
Ekans
snake.
back. I am pretty big. I'm going to be in the car. Psychosis is going to be driving the car. I'm going to sit behind her, and there will be an Abra to my right in the back passenger seat.
Okay.
I would name it's a female Abra, and it's going to be named Trixie.
All right.
Like for mind tricks.
Two solid names.
Yeah.
What is is there a female character in Metal Gear? Maybe I can just name her that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay. So the Abra's Trixie.
Perfect. So after you guys, it's only a couple Abras and Kadabras coming with you guys. We'll say 2 on motorcycles, 2 Kadabras on motorcycles, 1 in the car, and the Alakazam decides to stay back. She's old.
Yeah.
And you're off. You drive northeast through that same foggy, swampy, burnout forest. And you're kind of rounding around until you're eventually facing east, going around a massive bay. You eventually find Route 17 and you turn south. The route up ahead, eventually you see it turning into a bridge. A massive, massive double highway bridge going across an incredibly long bay. And the bay it's not even as full as it used to be. And you guys actually hear some things about how Meowth blocked it off, and it's just not, destroying the ecosystem, and it's poisonous from all the rain and the clouds, and it's bad. It looks terrible as you guys are looking out into the bay. Give me a perception check, everybody. Let's roll some dice.
Yes.
Would you guys like to roll some dice?
Yes. 12 for Charlie.
9 for Solid.
Chuck, you and your Abra on the
Kazam.
motorcycle, you and Kazam, Charlie and Kazam, are driving up onto this bridge, and you're just speeding down it, and there are burnout cars and stuff, and you're just kind of, darting and weaving around some things. There's some old barricades that you guys actually have to stop for a second and get out and move. And as you guys are doing that, it's actually Psychosa who stops and points off over to the distance on the bay and says, "Somebody's been watching us." And she points out over on the edge of the bay, and there is a motorcycle with a Marowak is on a motorcycle off in the distance, out overlooking the bridge and stuff, and you see it peeling away on its motorcycle. And as it gets further away, you actually see it launch a flare into the air. Boom.
Let's double time it.
We're exposed. Yeah, I'll kick it into high gear on the bike.
So as soon as that flare goes off, Psychosa looks at the barrier and just like enrages and glows purple and just boom. The concrete barriers just fly and tumble backwards in a way that you've just never seen her behave before. And you guys all hop in the car or back on your bike and start to go down the bridge.
So he's heading in the direction we're heading, but driving off.
No,
correct?
he's not heading in the direction you're heading. He was off on the bay. You guys passed him.
Oh,
you
we
guys went
passed
right
him.
by him, and nobody passed their perception checks
That's
because he was
strange.
hiding off in the side.
Oh, shoot. We're probably riding into an ambush or something.
If he's behind us, then who knows?
Well, you can see a flare from pretty far away, so...
It sounds like he was kind of on a hill, right?
Yeah, he was up on a hill overlooking the bridge
Yeah, so
to your east.
he could be singling troops in front of us or behind us.
Well, he was definitely running away from you after he launched that flare.
I say we continue on.
Yeah,
He's a peon in Charlie's mind, so...
he is signaling where we are at, and we need to move positions as fast as we can. Oh,
You just got some foam all over that mic and everywhere
On your
else.
phone.
You know, if your mic
On your
doesn't
phone,
have
yeah,
like
you're-
spit or beer or anything on it, you're not doing anything.
Sorry, mine just smells like bourbon and whiskey all the time.
That's good.
I don't know about you guys. Anyway, you guys keep going down the bridge only to be stopped every few hundred meters with barricades and other deterrents to stop large vehicles from going across the bridge. Psychosa is still, blowing them out, with her mind mostly. And you guys are going down the bridge as fast as you possibly can. And as the bridge actually starts to curve to the east, you guys hear and see near the start of the bridge, you guys see them actually, they're coming in single file. It looks like there's maybe 2 cars, a fire truck, or actually 3 cars, a fire truck, and a bus coming down
toward us or
towards you, behind you, chasing you.
oh, okay. So yeah, chasing us.
We need to blow the bridge. Do we have any
Where-
explosives?
They came up from the valley, like underneath the bridge, or
You don't know
They
where they
caught up?
came from. It's hard to tell because the bridge is so long, but you see some vehicles coming your way.
okay. Can we push some cars back that were moved out of the way? Can we put a couple cars back in the way?
Yeah, so you tell Psychosa to put some of the cars and barriers back that you guys are knocking out of the way, and as she's driving, her and the other cadaver that's with her just start, moving some trash and some other barriers and some things into the road behind you.
Is there possibly a truck, or like a trucker that has like a big semi truck? They have the gas tank where you have to step up onto the truck.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Is there one of those there?
Sure.
I doubt it has any fuel in it, but we'll see what happens. I will acid spray some of those cars that are in the way, and I will try to yell at Charlie to light it up.
I'll screech to a halt and turn and...
So I'm assuming you're waiting till everyone passes you before you
Oh,
do
yeah,
that.
yeah. I'll wait till they drive past. I'll kind of stop my bike and screech to a stop, wait for them to pass, and as I see an opening from the acid spray, I'll huck a fireball at it.
Yeah, so as the acid is eating and chewing through the metal, you kind of start to see the gasoline container collapse in on itself, and you spit a huge ball of fire at it, and it bursts and explodes and slings gasoline and flames all over the bridge.
And I will start to... I'm going to kind of start to leave, but did it do any damage to the bridge or anything like that, or?
No.
Huh.
It's, it's gasoline. It's not like...
It's just creating like a firewall, basically, for us. Okay.
Yeah.
As big as this bridge sounds, I think it's going to take a lot to take it out.
Yep. Which is, it's not even a thing I even considered you guys being doing, but like if you come up with something clever.
We don't have any explosives in the car, correct? Or anything like that? All right.
If we could go back and I could rename my Abra Luke Skywalker, and then he could use his telekinesis to break the bridge.
Yep.
How's the bridge like held up? Is it held up by cables?
I'd say it's I think Golden Gate.
Golden Gate? Okay.
I don't know if that's accurate to this actual bridge in Pokemon, but it's, in my head, it's a large, long bridge.
Yeah.
So it's got to be suspension, I think.
I just say that we continue on. Maybe we can get to a point at the end, and the only thing I can think of is have the Abras like pull some of the cables to loosen the the cables on the side of the bridge, so the suspension, so that any weight that comes in that area might possibly drop it down.
Yeah, so you suggest that to Psychosa, and then her and, you know what, the other Kadabra that's in there with her, we will call him...
Presto.
Yeah, I like Presto.
Presto, sure. We'll call him Presto. All right. Presto and Psychosa start popping. I had to stop.
What are their names?
Psychosa starts, they start popping some of those cables on the bridge as you guys are driving by. And you guys are still hitting those barriers. You're still having to move cars out of your way. There's still barbed wire every once in a while that you need to, clip up and push out of the way. A lot of that's trying to, these cadabras are doing a lot of heavy lifting and a lot of, psychic actions, and they're starting to get a little bit fatigued with all of this.
I bet. I will try to help us if I can. I will spray acid on some of those cables. I doubt it's going to do anything, but Solid wants to do what he can.
Sure.
And I will even drive for Psychosa to give her a rest. As much as I talked about killing her, I'm actually starting to respect her a little more.
You guys can now see the end of the bridge. The party behind you is catching up, closer and closer and closer.
Yeah, see, we could stop and... Nah. Yeah, I would suggest, so they're in a fire truck, and what else?
3 cars. One of them looks like Meowth's now that they're getting closer.
Oh, crap. Okay.
So we will say there's like a small electric car, a Volkswagen Beetle, a large fire truck, a bus, and like the back half of the bus is like ripped up. Like there's no cover over it.
Yeah.
And it has a bunch of spikes and barbed wire all the way around it. Then Meowth's basically white Batmobile with a little bubble top. But it's a Catmobile.
So we can tell now it's Meowth. They're getting close enough.
Yeah.
Are we getting slowed down because we're moving the cars?
Yes.
Because I feel like our car can outrun a fire truck, but maybe not the other vehicles that he's had.
Correct. Yeah. So the fire truck and the bus are in the back. They're not as close as the other cars are.
Do we see, so now that we're at the end of the bridge, do we see anything like maybe where we can veer off the path to lose them? Like a path or something like that?
Let's just get the kind of the layout here. You guys are not far from the Safari Zone. You guys will be there in maybe half an hour, if that.
Mm-hmm.
And the bridge opens up to a kind of bombed out small town. And you could go through that. You could head south. But the fastest way is just straight down Route 18. And then once you get to Fuchsia City, make a left. And then you'll be in the Safari Zone. You could try to go north, which would basically make that left turn early and go through some of the wilds nearby, which might be great to lose the fire truck and the bus.
Yeah, I feel like we're at a point where we have to lose them just because if we just go straight to the Safari Zone where the prisoners are being held, well, that's like a camp, basically. So we're just going to run into more guys or more Pokemon that are under Meowth's control. So I feel like we're going to have to go in a direction where we're going to we have a chance of losing them. So I would say that what you just suggested, I think it was north or something like that.
Yeah, go north, start going north, cutting north to lose the big cars.
Yeah, lose the big cars. Would our smaller car be able to fit in that area? Okay.
Yep.
So I'm gonna yell, head north, and
All right.
just kick it on the bike and punch it.
You guys pass the last barricade, the largest barricade on the bridge, pushing some of those those big concrete barriers out of the way. Psychosa pushes them some of them back into the middle of the bridge, and you guys speed off and go left up into what used to be a forest. Again, tree stumps burnt down, just dead, lifeless, gray soil, the oppressive gray skies still above you. You don't really have a lot of cover going through this, like the way you might think of a forest, so they're still going to be able to see you from a distance. But you do notice that as you guys are starting to get further and further into the burnout woods, that the 3 cars follow you, but the 2 other vehicles just keep going down Route 18.
Okay.
So the big vehicles are not following you right now.
And these are dead, dead. This forest is basically dead.
Yeah, basically, it's like imagine it. I mean, just you ever see what a forest fire looks like the aftermath? It's like that.
It's like that. Okay. So there's not much for me to catch on fire, because that's what I was going to suggest, is that I just start torching everything. So I feel like we might be able to take these vehicles now that the bigger ones kept heading down. Is one of them is Meowth in the Catmobile?
Yep.
Okay. This is our chance to...
Why did the fire truck and the school bus break off? Are they planning to flank us?
They're too big. They can't fit back here.
That makes more sense.
I say we take them.
So you guys start purposefully slowing down a little bit, right?
Yeah, I would say I start to
you.
slow down and try and let them catch up to us.
All right. So the order of vehicles are driving more or less side by side is that electric car, and it's a actually, I should have described this earlier because it's ridiculous. When I say electric car, it's not like a tiny little Prius with solar panels or anything. It is a long Cadillac-y looking car with a slot in the hood. And in the slot sits a wheel with 2 Pikachus running as fast as they can. And electricity is flying off of them to be collected by exposed wires and an electric motor. It's kind of hard for you guys to tell who or what's in the driver's seat.
Okay.
So it's like literally a big hamster wheel powering this thing as it's going down the road. In the Volkswagen Beetle, it looks like stony brown spikes are covering the roof of the car. And you can't really tell. And, there's some spikes and some actual metal spikes and things welded onto the front of it. You can't really tell from this distance who is in it. And then Meowth's car is just, Meowth's white and gold, long, beautiful, shiny, pristine. Actually, it's probably a little dusty at this point. He's been all over the place. But it is his baby.
Can we tell that? Is he in there by himself, or is he riding with someone else?
Yet.
Can't tell? Okay. Huh.
I think, Psychosa would know that that's his car. He's the only one who drives it, and he's the only one probably in it.
Okay.
The closest ones to you, as they are gaining and gaining and gaining, as you guys are letting them gain and gain and gain, are the electric car and the Beetle. Once they are within, what's the range that you guys want to let them get in before we roll for initiative here? 120 feet?
That may check something.
What's the difference of the distance of an Abro's teleport?
60 feet.
Let me ask you a question, because as a Charmeleon, I now have multi-attack, which means I can make 2 slash or ember attacks. But I have Lava Plume as an ability that I picked up from another fire Pokemon. Can I do a multi-attack with Lava Plume or no?
I'll say you can do it once.
Once, okay.
And then if you want to mix that with a slash or an ember or whatever else you have.
So my Lava Plume, the distance on it is 60 to 120. So I would say once they hit that 120 mark, I'll slow down and just kind of stop. And when they get to the 120 point, I will hock a Lava Plume at them to see if I can hit something. I'll actually aim at the The first vehicle, is that the one with the Pikachus? Like
You could
spinning?
hit either the electric car with the Pikachus or the Volkswagen Beetle.
I'll go for the Pikachu vehicle.
How about everyone rolls for initiative?
Yes. Ooh, I had a pretty good one. 19 for Charlie.
Solid got a 12.
A solid 12.
It's going to go Charlie, Solid, Kadabras, Bad Guys.
And then where do the Meowths fit in there? Are they part of us?
Yeah,
Like
you guys
our
can
characters?
still can continue to command the Meowths on your turn.
Okay.
The Abras can do nothing but teleport, and you have to use a bonus action to point and tell them where you want to go.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you can tell, basically, right now you can teleport 60 feet as a bonus action, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's going to really help you guys kind of get around. I will tell you, just maybe not your first move. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, there's still a lot of Pokemon in those cars. So if you are there by yourself, you might get wrecked.
Yeah, so I'll hawk a lava plume at the Pikachu vehicle. I'll go and
Hitting the Pikachus?
yeah, the Pikachu. So that's at a disadvantage since it's 60 to 120. Oh no! Oh, that one slipped out of my. That one was even worse.
Yeah.
So it's an 8.
It does not hit. The Pikachu even has some partial cover there because of the cage and everything
Okay.
around him. Your fireball flies past him, hitting some burnt out, hollowed out tree in the distance.
And I'll have ice. How far away are they? Are they in the within 120 at 120?
Yep.
So she's actually
Yeah,
gonna.
if you're driving right next to the car, I assume at this point.
Yeah, they're about 120 behind us.
Yep.
So I'll actually have her poke her head out the window with a longbow and try and aim for. Can you see the driver of the Pikachu vehicle or no?
She not behind the wheel.
Not behind the wheel?
I mean, that giant wheel is so bright and sparky. Like
Yeah, you can't
she
barely
can't really-
see anything.
You can't really tell.
Okay. And
She
what
could
was the-
actually, if someone used an action to make like a perception check, maybe they could tell.
what?
But she could also just aim at the driver and fire. They're gonna have really good cover, but
Yeah, I'll have her do that because her aim is 150 to 600 with the longbow.
okay.
So that's pretty good. 16 plus 2 is 18.
It's gonna hit.
Woohoo!
Hold on, let me double check.
Maybe
That should hit.
This is the driver in what car?
Pikachu car.
Okay.
This is the hard part about this is all these damn Pokemans and
I want to know that. Who's that Pokemon? I gotta know who that Pokemon.
Do we see the
Who's
shadow?
driving that car?
We see the shadow of the Pokemon that's in that car.
yes, 18 hits.
Ba-boom. So that's a D8. 2 plus 2, which is 4 damage.
So she can now tell, I'll say that while she's aiming down those sights, firing at the windshield, you guys see a crack across that windshield as the bullet goes through it, and she yells, I think it's a Hitmonchan.
Arrow. It's an arrow.
Arrow.
A Hitmonchan.
Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan.
Hitmochan.
Hitmonchan?
That's the boxer, right?
Yeah, with the long legs.
Hitmonlee. No, Hitmonlee.
Oh, yeah.
Hitmonlee has the legs.
It's the kicker.
Hitmonchan has
the one that kicks.
punches.
Hitmochan is the boxer.
He has the coolest hairdo.
Hitmochan?
Yes.
I don't think it's really hair, is it? It's more like just a funny head with 5 different
Yeah.
things.
I do not want that thing to come within melee range of me. I feel like that thing will kick my ass.
Luckily, he's driving. So I think I'm up next.
Hitmonchan is a CR3.
Hey-ya.
All right, Robbie, what you got?
Snow will also shoot a bow at Hitmonchan. 12.
Does not hit. The arrow just falls short.
Yes. I will acid spray with disadvantage.
That's a 9.
14.
Does not hit. It lands on the hood of the car and just kind of sears and sizzles.
I will put my Abra on like a backpack, and I will have my head out of the window.
Next up are the Kadabras. Psychosa deftly continues driving and darting past all of these stumps, and the other, what did we say her name was, or his name?
Which one?
Presto. Presto sticks his face out the window. You see his eyes glow purple, but nothing really happens. And the bad guys use their turn to close the gap. They are now about 60 feet away from you.
So real quick question. Our Abras can only teleport. They have no other abilities?
Correct.
Okay.
Just like the real game.
Yeah. It was so annoying catching those. Like, all you had to do was like get an encounter with an Abra, and you had to throw a Pokeball and hope you caught him.
You know, looking at these monster stats, how much HP do you guys have?
66.
38.
Okay. All right. Well, that's
I
less bad.
evolved, so mine's higher, but...
Yeah. All right. So the back of the beetle, you see a Clefable stick its face out of the side, and it actually is going to look at Ekans. It's going to look at Solid, sticking his head out of your car. It opens its mouth, and it uses its disarming voice. I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
11.
You take 21 psychic damage as that Clefable
Holy
just
crap.
wrecks your brain with its weird, squeaky, just like shimmering voice eats away at you. And you also have disadvantage on your next attack.
Aren't Clefables like really sweet, like Pokemon? They're like, Clefable.
How do they have such a strong attack in this game?
It's a CR2. I don't know. This also just might be a... Oh, by the way,
That was in the Beetle. Okay.
The PDF we're using is the Kanto Pokedex version 5e by Canis Wolfman24. So if you have any complaints about balance, find him. Yell at him.
What's his name?
We're just players. We're just here.
I just want to say thank you for all the work.
Oh, yeah. Tremendous
you.
amount of work went into this
thank you.
Pokedex. It's really cool.
If anyone does complain, then just don't listen to them.
I'm
This
sorry.
is awesome.
Yeah, don't actually complain to him. I'm just making a joke because I thought, as I was picking them, I was like, oh yeah, CR2. That's what you guys are, and that can't be too bad. But that was like most of your hit points in one hit. So we'll see. We'll see where this goes. This is dangerous, you guys.
Yeah.
This is
This is life and death right
here. You guys
here.
are
I'm
close
ready.
to the end. You guys are close to the Safari Zone. You're close to liberating the humans and the Pokemans. This is they're no holds barred between here and the end.
My body is ready.
Let's do it.
What car is this Clefable in? The Volkswagen or the electric car?
The Volkswagen, the back of the Volkswagen. Oh, and the Meowth's Catmobile is now 120 feet away. He's about 60 feet behind the other two cars.
So 2 cars 60 feet away. Meowth is 120.
All right, back to the top of the order.
Okay. I am ready to do some shit. All
do
right.
it.
So I am going to hawk 2 embers because I have multi-attack at the Hitmonchan driving the Pikachu ferret or hamster wheel car.
All right.
It's a multi-attack.
Making this hard on yourself.
Not when I roll a 19.
Yeah.
Plus 5.
Hits.
Bam. That's a D8. Well, I guess I have a multi-attack, so I'll hawk 2 of them. Woohoo!
Oh, right.
18. There we go.
Hits.
2 D8s.
MVP.
15 fire damage.
So you shoot those embers right at the cracked hole in the windshield, and you burst it open with your flames, and glass explodes everywhere. And now you have a better view at the Hitmonchan, and you do how much damage?
15 total.
Hitmonchan don't care.
He don't care. All right, so the wheels on the back of my dirt bike will start to spin, and I will start to punch it in the direction heading straight towards the vehicles, and a head-on... This is crazy. But a head-on fight, just like we're going to collide towards the Pikachu vehicle. And I will go as fast as I can.
So you're like turning around real
I'm
quick?
turning
You're
around
looking
and heading right towards them.
Okay. He will hit you. They'll hit you on their turn.
I'm going to point behind... I'm going to point to the beetle. And I'm going to tell Kazam, I'm going to say, there! And I'm going to have Kazam teleport me and him on top of the beetle.
It has spikes on it.
It has stone spikes all over.
Oh,
the
does
top.
it have spikes on it? Actually,
Teleport past him. Go for Meowth.
I can't. I can't take the bike because I'll be off the bike.
Oh.
Maybe I'll change. Maybe I'll change my strategy here.
You can do the Pikachu
There's spikes
car.
on top of that. No, I'm going to go on top of the Pikachu car. I'm going to say fuck it. I'm going to run. I'm going to. Which is in front of the two?
They're both side by side.
I'm going to head straight towards the spiked car.
The spiked car is the Volkswagen.
Yes, I'm going
It
to head
has
towards the
spikes right on the
Volkswagen.
front, and it has spikes on the top. The electric car just has the big wheel in the front.
Yes, I'm going to go for a head-on collision of the spiked vehicle
Okay.
with my motorcycle, and I'm going to tell Kazam to teleport me and him on top of the Hitmonchan Pikachu car.
Okay, so you're throwing the bike at the Volkswagen, but you're teleporting to the other car.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah, I'm going to be fucking nuts here. So.
Okay, so do you want to kind of ready that action for when they get close, more or less? Like, say...
Yeah. So I'm going to put my bonus... Is it my bonus action?
It's your bonus action.
So my bonus action
but we
is to
can wait
point...
until they get close.
My bonus action is to point, and I will have Kazam ready in action to teleport us just before impact of the Volkswagen vehicle to teleport us to the Hitmonchan vehicle.
Okay.
So
I wish Matt was here because your guys' tactics are bonkers.
This is a great. I think this is awesome, Chuck. This is a great move. You know, it is kind of bonkers, but
I'm gonna say, let's go. Well, it's Charmeleon. He doesn't fucking care. He's head on. His personality has changed.
I like
so.
it. I like it. A dragon of action. You know, that's what you are. This is. I like it, Chuck.
I will say that Ice. So it's her turn. She will take another aim at the Hitmonchan with the arrow.
Okay.
16.
Hits.
Oh,
Barely.
wow,
That is
crap.
exactly what you needed.
Woohoo!
Nice.
10 damage.
Max.
Hitmonchan don't care.
Hitmonchan is the man.
Son of a.
He don't care. He's a fighter.
All right, so I got hit by this psychic blast or something going through my head, and I'm having double vision as I can't focus for my next poison spray. So I stick my head back in, and I stick my bum out, like if someone was mooning you on the highway,
Mm-hmm.
and I start to rattle my tail. Now that they're closer, do I get to see everyone that's in the vehicles?
Yeah, so we'll say, all right, so yeah, let's go through these vehicles here. So in the electric car, there are the two Pikachus in the wheel with black face paint on them with their little black beady eyes almost look like they disappear into. There is the Hitmonchan behind the driver wheel, and you see his skulls painted and on his boxing gloves as he's holding on to the wheel, and a big M painted over its face. And in the back is a Hitmonlee wearing just like full leather bondage gear, like the straps like across the chest and everything like that. And in the Volkswagen Beetle, actually, why don't both of you guys give me a perception check?
Oh shit! There's a Hitmonlee in that car.
Yeah.
5.
18.
And the Volkswagen Beetle, there is a Clefairy with a mohawk behind the wheel, and you now realize that all of those stony spikes on top of that Volkswagen Beetle is 4 sand slashes clustered up on the top, and there is a Clefable in the back of the Volkswagen.
Okay. So I'm going to do my rattle. Each creature of the Ekans choice within 60 feet that can hear it must succeed on a DC 11 wisdom saving throw or become frightened for 1 minute. And I'm going to target all of them except for Charlie.
All right, so let's just go through the list.
This could change the whole
What's
dynamic.
the DC?
It's really low. It's 11.
Okay.
Do I want to do this to the driver of the vehicle you're jumping on? Yeah, sure. We're going
He's
wild.
not on it yet.
I'm not on it yet.
Okay.
So if they like veer off, then
Yeah.
The driver
that changes shit. So
Hitmonchan passes. Hitmonlee does not. The two Pikachus, one passes, the other does not.
oh, it's gonna slow it down.
The Clefairy driver does not on the Volkswagen. The sand slashes, all of them pass except for one. I should be making notes here.
Yeah. I was trying to start, but I got lost.
So much stuff. Like
The Clefable in the back. Ooh, man. That Clefable in the back also is afraid.
oh boy, we're gonna have some people ditching their vehicles.
God, this is so good in this situation. You're
Yes.
about to do some shit here. This is really working out in your favor.
Snow will stick her head back out and shoot an arrow at Hitmonchan. Nice.
right.
21.
Hits.
Let me guess. Hitmonchan don't care.
9 damage with the arrow. And then Snow will stick her head back in the vehicle.
I mean, he's like maybe carrying a little bit now.
He's scared.
Is there anything I can hold on to as I climb on top of the car?
Totally. You can have your snake body. I mean, someone also can hold on to you.
Yeah, I'll tell Snow to hold on to my tail. I mean, we're kind of used to holding hands, so she'll hold on to my tail as I...
I mean, this car's also reinforced. Maybe there's some racking and stuff up there you could wrap around.
Okay, I wanna look. I don't want Charlie to take all the damage in the next round, so I also want to stick my head out to also become a target for you don't die.
Don't worry about me. I'm fine. I got a Kazam with me.
That's my turn.
All right, as you guys are going, Psychosa actually starts to hit some like stumps and some other things in the road, and you feel the whole car start to shake and rattle. And the other Kadabra,
Presto.
you see Presto's eyes go purple and lash out at the Clefable, who definitely is going to take some damage this round. Who the Clefable had its head sticking out of the car. All right.
Do you have an extra one in there?
Yeah,
Can I have one?
I brought plenty.
I buzzed through 2 really fast.
It's an exciting episode.
I'm fine with that. I'm excited. I want to see what happens. So I'm heading head on towards a spiked vehicle.
All
and
right.
you're scaring people out of their seats. So
Yeah, so as you are heading straight on towards that vehicle, and you get closer and closer and closer, and then Kazam jumps you over to the roof of that other vehicle, and the spikes on front of the Volkswagen just eat your bike. Like, it doesn't even like stop the Volkswagen at all. It just gets stuck right onto the front. But that Clefairy that was driving just like is losing control and starting to veer off south. And I need to roll some fear checks here, I guess, to see if they're still afraid. Yeah, so as the Clefairy is losing control, and you actually see the Clefairy like leaving the driver's seat, the sand slashes all of a sudden start to activate and like pop up out of their little curled up positions that they were in on the roof. And one of the sand slashes drops down into the driver's seat and tries to start to control the vehicle. But they're kind of veered off, and they're starting to fall behind you guys a little bit.
I forgot to say that I grabbed the pistol. So I'm glad that somebody's still driving that. I'm sure my bike's still like kind of destroyed on the front. So
Oh, your bike's gone. It's
fuck.
wrecked. Like, that bike is
I was going to use that pistol. Oh,
But
well.
you have that. You can have the pistol.
Can I grab it still?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd imagine
I
you have
grabbed
it
the
on
pistol
you.
still.
Yeah.
Sweet.
See, you forgot it, but Charlie wouldn't have forgotten that thing. After you...
I would have grabbed
called-
it right before the teleportation. So
You
already
probably
called
just
it
would have
out.
been holding on to it anyway. It's
Yeah.
not like you're slashing people.
Not yet.
All right, and then in the electric car, the Hitmonchan behind the wheel, you see its eyes just focus down and gain another 30 feet on the main car, on the car that Psychosis driving.
So can he gain when he only has one Pikachu working right now? That's what, if you forgot about that.
Yeah, he was gaining 60 feet, now he's gaining 30 feet.
Okay.
But you guys can, like, if you decide to go faster, you can just keep up or keep a distance. If you guys, actually, that's a good question. Do you guys want them to keep gaining on you? Because you have control over that speed.
I'm not. I no longer have a vehicle. I teleported to the.
So, Robbie, do you want your car to get closer to them, or do you want to keep them at a distance?
I think 60 feet is a good distance.
Okay,
I
so
like
you
that.
guys retain your 60-foot distance in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
The Hitman Lee was about to pop out. He was kind of like, he was poised on the edge in the back seat, like poised, ready to jump out. And then he just jumps out and tumbles and tumbles and tumbles because of the fear.
With his long legs, as he's just like running place a little bit,
Yeah.
and then
And also flying off, just turning and running from the wheel is one of the Pikachus, and you see the other Pikachu like look behind him as it's happening, like and then like just its little eyes squint and its little face scrunches up and it growls and it just starts running so fast as it possibly can inside this wheel as it's trying to make up for the other Pikachu that's missing.
it's still pretty cute though.
It is. And actually, that's their turn. They don't have a lot of options because they were all running away. Also, guys, I'll have you know that my dice box fell when I was playing my other D&D game, and I lost my red die, my red D20, which
That's
was like
good.
my killer. So now I've got like my C tier die.
He's got shit right now.
So if I'm failing a lot of rolls, it's because of those dice. It's 'cause I
Good.
don't have the murder dice anymore, the murder die.
I will come clean your house and find that die and keep it for myself.
Okay, so yeah, that's everyone's round. It is now up to Charlie, who is now on the roof of this car.
Oomph. That's like the teleportation. I already know my next move. I'm ready.
You know, this is great, Chuck, because usually I think you're the one that takes the longest on the turns. I think I've like
What?
it's flip flopped. It's now me.
What?
What?
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
you
you
take the. You always talk out your shit like, oh man, let me think about that. What are you talking about?
I like to describe what I'm doing. Definitely.
I think he means take longer than Matt does.
Oh my gosh,
Matt takes the longest. You think?
Matt,
No,
no,
Robbie, you take the longest.
Robbie,
I do?
You
Oh.
definitely take the longest.
Yeah, you definitely do. It's fine then.
This is something that the audience will never know about because it's all edited out.
Yeah, because Robbie edits.
All right, so Kazam and Charlie teleport just before the explosion and land, I guess, on the hood or
It's not a
Yeah,
Kazam.
on the hood.
no? Kazam's my the name.
Or not the hood, the roof,
Presto
the roof of the
is.
car.
No, Kazam's my.
Yeah, Presto
Oh,
is the one that's
gosh
in the
darn
car
it.
with you. So you're on the roof of the car.
I'm
not
on the roof of the
hood.
car and I can see Hitmo-chan
Yeah, you can.
just in the thing, and I'm staring right down at him, and I say, "Hey," and I just use a flamethrower, and I create a cone, just a burst of fire that spews just straight towards him, and I try and melt him into his seat. He needs to make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw.
He passes with a plum.
Okay, so he's going to take 8d8 or half of 8d8.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So as you start to breathe in, and you're just like bent. I imagine you're on the roof. You're like. And about to breathe fire into the car and filling it with flames. He starts to like jerk on the wheel back and forth, and you start to kind of lose a bit of your control. And you don't fully roast the inside of the car, but you definitely get some flames in there.
half of 37, which is quick math.
19.
19 fire damage.
Would that cone also have hit the Pikachu?
It's not a cone. It depends on where the Pikachus are. I would say we would land if the hamster wheel is in the front of the vehicle
it's like-
and there's like a windshield area. I would say we land right in between the two.
So what's the size of it? It's a 15-foot cone?
No, it's a 15-foot line
Oh.
that is 5 feet wide. I said
Do you want to
cone,
line
but
up
I
to
tried.
hit both of them? I mean, you could probably put your face down.
Oh, if I could hit,
Or
yeah.
if you were to jump into the back seat, you could just roast them from behind, go straight through the windshield
Actually,
and
that
hit
would
both
be
of them.
that would be even better. So if you want to make a DC 13 saving throw for the Pikachu,
That Pikachu's toast. Even with half,
Yeah.
that Pikachu's toast.
Both of them.
There's only one left.
there was only one. You scared one out of the vehicle.
Oh, so he actually like left that ball he was in.
Yeah, he
Okay.
ran away. He jumped out.
I thought I was in my brain. I was thinking that they would be locked in there. And,
No,
like,
they are. Yeah, they are they were the weak point of the vehicle that you guys were just kind of ignoring because they only had 10 hit points each. So you roast you kind of get Hitman Well, actually, you kind of only get both of them a little bit, but it is absolutely enough to toast that little Pikachu as he's trying to run through there, and he just tumbles and falls, and you see his burnt fur and his burnt body just spinning on this wheel over and over and over as he just falls forward onto his face, spinning and spinning and spinning, his little burnt black hairy carcass just rotating and rotating and rotating on that wheel.
I will tell Kazam, I will point to the Volkswagen vehicle that now only has a sand shrew. Is that what it is?
It's
driving the vehicle?
three sand slashes.
Sand slashes. How many are still on there? Because I feel like a few jumped off.
One jumped off. The other two are on the roof. One is behind the wheel. There is a Clefairy who was running away but has not gotten out of the vehicle yet. And there's also a Clefable that has been damaged a little bit that's in the back. The Clefable's been damaged a lot of bit.
And how far away is Meowth?
He's about 60 feet behind you.
Ooh. Just close enough to teleport to him. We're going to take the fight to Meowth. We're going to teleport to his vehicle. Yeah. We're going to go straight for him. So I'm going to say, there! And I'm going to point to Meowth, and Kazam will prepare an action to... Well, I guess she'll just teleport us straight there to Meowth. Yeah, now, So
you teleport onto Meowth's hood, and you get a good look at him. He is wearing, like, his best, like, black spiky armor and fatigues. He's got goggles on his face, some driving racing goggles and everything. You also notice that inside the cab of his car are, like, pistols and grenades. Like, he's got like a couple guns laid next to him in holsters that he can just like pull out and pop, 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 and then like a line of grenades that he can just grab and chuck.
Good thing I'm on his car because he's not going to blow it up.
Yeah. And he looks at you and he's like, actually, you know what happens?
What happens?
You land on his car. It's got that bubble top, and in traditional Pokemon anime style, the whole background of our mind's eye flashes to that like explodey anime background, and Meowth pops into it, and he yells, "Oh, hold on, like, man, I haven't done the Meowth since the beginning of this campaign." Meowth, hold on. Prepare for trouble. Monster class struggle. To destroy the current institution. To unite all monsters with revolution. To denounce human rule with an iron glove. To extend our freedom and soar above. Liberty. Rights. Team Meowth claws towards the light. Revolution now or prepare to fight. And then all of the other Pokemon that are in Meowth's party go, Meowth, he's right.
Very good, very good.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
And then he's back in the car.
Oh, goodness.
That's my turn. Well, I guess, so Ice, I still have her available. So she will pop an arrow at the Sand Slash. That is a tongue twister right now.
The one behind the wheel?
Yeah, because that's the one behind the wheel, and try and shoot that with her longbow. So
all right.
Pop her head out, shoot it. 18 plus 2 is 20.
That'll
Dude,
do it, man.
I'm so hot right now.
Yeah, that dice is hot again. It hasn't
7
been hot.
plus 2 is 9 damage.
9 damage is okay on this thing. She hits
Sand
it.
Slash don't care.
Sand Slash cares a little.
He's got some armor on him.
He
so.
cares about 20%.
All right.
Shoot him. What?
That means he has 50 health, right? Yeah. So he's down to 40. Quick math for you. That was not edited, and I'm surprised I knew that. So
We're gonna edit that out. No, I'm kidding.
It's hot in here too. It's like hard to. It's hard to do math.
It's really hot up here. All right, let's keep this rolling. Is your turn done?
that's my turn. If we need, I don't think we need to, but since we got good momentum, but if we need to take a break to cool it down up here, we can.
Oh,
So
that's fine. Let's keep going. Let's do this, man.
Yeah. It's your turn, Robbie.
My Abra. What I name her? Trixie.
Trixie.
Trixie. Can I forfeit my action for another teleport? So like do the bonus action as a teleport, and then forward for my action to do another teleport.
No,
Your
the
bonus
Abra.
action is to point where you want to teleport, and
Yeah,
her
and the
action
Abra-
is to teleport.
Yeah, exactly. The
So it's
Abra only
basically
has
the
one
Abra's-
action.
Oh, so it's basically the Abra's action, yeah.
Yeah, you're using
makes
your
sense.
bonus action to command their action.
Yeah.
You want to get in on this action?
I do.
tell.
I want to get on that. I want to get on that action. Okay. It's not going to be that fancy this turn. I can't live up to the expectations of Charlie, but I will point my tail and teleport to the vehicle that does not have the sand slashes on it.
So the one that with the Hitmonchan that's not moving.
Yeah, that one's slowing down.
I killed the Pikachu. That has no
Pikachus are
Pikachus
gone.
on
So
it.
that car is like, there's no longer sparks and electricity there, and it's just clearly coasting.
Are there Pokemon still alive in it? But
Yeah, the Hitman. Actually, the only one left is the Hitmonchan. He's the only one left in it, and it seems to be slowing down because you guys destroyed the motor.
yeah, I'll teleport to it, and by the time Meowth's car, if it drives by, I'll teleport again onto Meowth's car when it's my turn again. But I will teleport there, and I will use my action to dodge.
So you're going to teleport to the car that's slowing down, use your action to dodge. You could actually, here's what you can do. Since that car is slowing down and Meowth seems to be going right towards it, you could delay your action to try to jump on Meowth's car as it drives by, but maybe that's too crazy.
Yeah, you could
Actually,
slow down
I got
and get on the
another
car
idea.
with me. So
I will teleport to that car, and then as it drives by, I'm going to jump on Meowth's car.
All right, that sounds perfect. What a great idea.
I feel like a dexterity or acrobatics save is about to happen.
Absolutely.
All right, so then Snow will shoot a whatever at the driver of the Volkswagen.
Shoot an arrow.
18.
Hits. Man, you guys are nailing these.
Chucky got on my D there. 5 damage. I'm just tell Psychosis slow down.
Okay. Kind of let everyone kind of get close.
Yeah.
All right.
She's using her action to drive. Is that what she's doing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll talk to her psychically and ask her if she sees anything in front of us. Like, what's going on in front of us? Nothing? Or
Just
road?
getting closer and closer to that safari zone.
Okay. I just don't want to run into a freaking van and another bus. All right, that's my turn.
All right. You guys had, so the Kadabra's turn, you guys had 2 of them on motorcycles that I've more or less forgotten about up until this point. I don't know if you guys remember that.
2 motorcycles that we're following as well.
2 motorcycles with Kadabras on them. 2 more buddies.
Oh, that's right. We had a little fleet with us.
And they have been leading the way this whole time.
Yeah.
So they have now fallen back. All of the Kadabras just all focus on that Sand Shrew driving the Volkswagen. Or Sand Slash driving that Volkswagen. 2 of them hit it. And you see that Sand Slash, its eyes... Actually, can you... Wait, hold on. Let me take a look at... Okay, yeah. So it's got these, like, dark set eyes with little beady white bits kind of set back into them. And it has a big gold M spray painted over its face. And its little white beady eyes glow purple. And it just veers right into a stump. And the car starts flipping over and over and over and over as they just like psychically wrecked that Sand Slash. And you hear the other Sand Slashes on the back yell, "The Eternal Pokeball!"
Nice.
As they're just their bodies fly off into the distance. All right. And now it is, gosh.
Is it
So,
does Meowth do anything?
Meowth is speeding up, and Robbie, make a dexterity saving throw. Or no, I'm sorry, an acrobatics check to jump in between vehicles.
15.
Wow.
Whoa, that is exactly the magic number.
Wow, he rolled an 8. I just want people to know.
Yeah,
Hey,
I saw that 8.
Plus 7.
I was like,
wow.
I saw that 8, and I'm like, man, someone's about to bite it.
Yeah, I know.
See, what I wanted to do when I jumped over, I wanted to give myself enough force to make it, but not over jump the car. So I felt like 15 was a good number.
So, Robbie, as Solid is leaping through the air, and you get your first good look at Meowth, how do you feel? The man that doomed your master to death.
I feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for the way everyone hates him. I feel sorry the way that everyone brainwashed into following him. And I also feel sorry for him because he's about to die.
As you are jumping in between vehicles, you start to glow. Brighter, brighter, brighter than white. And the snake that lands on the hood of that car was not the snake that left the previous vehicle. Arbok.
Arbok. I shed my skin when I evolve.
Yeah, so the skin just drops from the sky and kind of like lands in between the vehicles.
There is also a determination to,
ridiculous.
Because the reason why I don't like Meowth is because he hurt Mad Max and then he also hurt Snow. I don't like that at all.
Meowth, as he sees you leaping towards him, Charmeleon on his hood, he completely lets go of his wheel, grabs two of those pistols from their holsters, just starts blat, 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 firing bullets off, shattering his windshield out.
Who's driving? His hands are on the wheel.
He's got one foot up, or his tail. His tail is tucked between his legs, grabbing onto the bottom of the wheel.
Oh, gosh.
Chuck does a 20 hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And then Robbie, he only got a 8 against you.
Does my HP reset?
Yeah, we'll say, you're fresh. Because we did that with Chuck, because he was at 0 hit points and he came back.
I have 107 HP.
Wow. Almost double what I have.
My challenge rating...
smokes. Yeah, what does your challenge rating go up to?
I was a 2, and now I'm a challenge of 6.
You're OP for this fight now.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Meowth is like, I killed your master, and I'll kill you!
Bastard.
Charlie, what we got going on?
I've been so crazy this whole time. So he shattered the windshield.
Oh, yeah.
He's got grenades and guns scattered all over the place.
Big time.
Ooh. I want to just start reaching in and start pulling pins on grenades, honestly.
You can do it?
Ooh.
You guys are now within... So Robbie had Psychosis slow down, so now you guys are about 30 feet away from that car.
I'm going to reach in. I'm going to start pulling pins on grenades. Fuck his car up. And I'm going to instruct Kazam, and I'm going to say, grab him. And I'm going to say, I'm going to have Kazam grab Solid and prepare a bonus action to teleport with him up into the air about, I don't know, up into the air to land on the vehicle after it explodes to...
Wait, to land on the Catmobile?
Yeah. Or no,
You probably want to get each of you guys can get yourself off this
Do you
thing.
have a...
He does. He still has a cadaver on his back.
I'm going to say... Okay, I was thinking you were here by yourself. I was going to try and sacrifice myself since I have resistance to fire. So I'm going to start pulling pins on grenades to blow his shit up.
Okay, and then are you going to teleport away?
And yeah, I'm going to teleport away. Well, fuck, he's going to have time to throw those out. Hold on. Now I'm edit this shit. I'm just going to fucking slash the shit out of him because I'm right in front of his face. I'm going to just hack and claw at him. Because I don't want him to take any chances. Yeah, I'm gonna swipe at him with my claws and slash at him. Oh, I crit! Woo!
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's a double attack. So here's my second attack. We'll see what that does. 14. There's a 14 hit.
Hits.
Oh hell yeah!
Roll a crit sandwich.
Here's my crit sandwich. I didn't roll a crit sandwich. Okay. So my crit, what is that? All right, so 2d8 for my slash. So 15 damage for my first attack, and then 5 damage for my second swipe with my claws. I'm just going to cut right across his face so he knows who he's messing with.
And you cut deep.
Yeah.
You cut real deep into his furry face. And he screams, I should have killed you when I had the chance. There's just blood everywhere after you slashed him up.
Oh, shit.
Still holding 2 pistols driving with his tail. He's like he's trying to block your slashes with his hands, and you just raked his arms and his face.
So talk to me about vehicles that are still. Is the Volkswagen still involved with the sand slashes? Or are they gone?
They're gone.
So it's just Meowth. So
it's just Meowth.
And the vehicle slowed down. So can Ice get a shot off at?
Not because you're right in between.
We're like
the two.
all in there. Okay.
Yeah.
So
you can have her ready in action in case you guys like all get away.
Yeah, I'll have her ready in action to just like if something happens where we, Meowth jumps out or something like that, she'll shoot at him. So,
Robbie, Meowth is already looking pretty wrecked. What you gonna do?
I too have now a multi-attack. I will constrict around Meowth. He has his arms up in the air after being scratched. I will start wrapping myself around him. Grappled creature must make a DC 17 saving throw.
Is it dexterity?
Strength.
That's a 6, sir.
I wrap myself around him. He takes bludgeoning damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful one. 2d6. 5 constricting damage. And he is grappled. And I will do my poisonous bite. As I wrap myself around him, my head is free, and I will dislocate my bottom jaw to be able to stick his big head in my mouth, and I will bite down on the top of his head.
Oh, sounds terrible.
And you have advantage on this because he's restrained.
That was 17 and a 17.
Ooh. 17 plus 7, so what was that?
24. It's
24.
way more than enough to kill
I
this
was
guy.
like,
Kill him. Huh?
Kill him. What do? Do you just swallow him whole?
No. Yes! Swallow him whole. I was going to shoot him, swallow him whole.
I was
Swallow
already
him
planning.
whole.
I was so hoping I would kill him for I could eat him. Oh my goodness. So that's what snakes do. Like that's what they do. They dislocate their bottom jaw before they can eat things. So I just bite down. The poison goes into him, and he starts like is just paralyzing his body as he goes unconscious, but his heart's still beating, he's still breathing. So each time he takes a breath, as he breathes in and breathes out, each time he breathes out, I squeeze a little more. And he breathes in, breathes out, I squeeze a little more, making him smaller and smaller as I inch my mouth down his entire body until he is completely gone.
You can hear the bones crunching.
Yeah, but before that, as you're starting to bite and swallow him, he's gasping and wheezing. I am your king. I am your god.
Yeah.
And then I face my head up to the sky and I go, burp.
And with that, do you want your Abra? Do you want Trixie to jump off your back and grab the wheel?
Yeah, someone needs to grab the wheel.
Yeah, so Trixie jumps off and grabs the wheel and wrestles the car back to a straight line and presses the gas to catch up. And everyone's cheering and hooting and hollering like, woo, woo. And you guys have left the carnage behind you as you drive across and you finally make it to the safari zone and everything is just green and beautiful and you drive around the fence around the perimeter and you go through the front gates and the guards that are usually there are just gone. Like they've gone and packed up and left. They were probably on Meowth's raiding party trying to look for you guys. And at this point, you guys go in there, you start driving by the camps, and you start seeing all of these humans who are just emaciated and weak and tired. And as you're driving by, Psychosis starts popping all the locks and starts talking to people. It's time. Let's grab the compound. Let's lock it down. Follow me. I know the way. And they start hopping onto your vehicles and start driving around. And you guys also go into the garage inside Meowth's complex, and you all pop out, and you start running down into the basement. And in the basement is a dungeon just full of Pokemon that have been captured, but they haven't been completely converted to Meowth's ways. And you guys start popping all of the locks and ripping them off the gates, and you start freeing all of the Pokemon that are down in the basement of Meowth's compound. And the humans, Kadabra leads them to the room where Meowth's Pokeballs were all held. And, she rips the lock off of that door and gets the humans in there, and they start grabbing some balls. And the humans, along with the Pokemons by their side, start capturing some of Meowth's lieutenants. And they start just slowly taking over the whole compound.
Fuck yeah.
Eventually, the bus and the fire truck show up, and at this point, there's just a massive wall of people. A wall of humans, a wall of Pokemon, everyone standing side by side. And the vehicles slow down, and they stop.
I want to be in the front, and I'm going to suck in, and I'm going to show them the shape of their god in my belly.
Oh, shit.
Does someone point at your swollen stomach or say anything about it, or?
It's the shape of a Meowth.
Okay, there's just you suck in and you see
the shape of the mouth,
the round head, and you see the face in the coin. There's like that coin on his forehead. You see the little indent in your torso, and everyone starts to get the idea.
That's right. We free. Well.
Join us or leave. They can join us or leave.
Some of the Pokemon start walking towards you. Others jump out and just start running away, running as fast as they can.
We don't attack them. I wouldn't attack them. Let them run. Show them mercy. It's a new age. Oh man, fuck. I don't know.
Yeah, man. So here you guys are. You guys are in the compound. You knock down the walls. You knock down the barricades.
I would say, since we can't really communicate, so now, yeah, we've basically defeated Meowth. Now we need to create a new order. I would say, with Meowth being defeated, I would tell the Kadabras, or the Abras, to communicate with the humans and say, it's a new order now, where Pokemon and humans live amongst one another free and work together for a better life.
So Psychosa does just that. You guys stand with her as she speaks to the humans. And then the person who seems to have been the leader of the humans in the cages, an older woman with salt and pepper hair, reaches out her hands and grasps Kadabra's, Psychosa's robotic arm. And we fade to black.
I was thinking you were going to say, and someone comes in with a master ball and captures you all.
Yeah.
And that's what we call Campaign 5 of Crit Sandwich.
I like it. It was exciting.
It was. I got to eat somebody.
I'm so jealous you got to kill him.
I know.
No.
You called it too. You said you were going to shoot him, and you never did.
I wanted to. As soon as Casey said you killed him, I was like, but I enjoy the fact that you saved the eating someone whole for Meowth. So yeah. I enjoyed that. Yeah. So, but you could have had two. Well, I don't know if you could have fit two Pokemon in you, but
it would have been. The Growlithe would have been digested by then, I would think.
Oh, so as you guys are...
Oh, yeah, Choppie. Did he survive? What's going on?
So as you guys are, clearing out those vehicles and all of those other Pokemon that kind of gave in and decided to join you guys, and, there were the few that ran away. But after the handshake, after everything has happened, there is a Machop who comes out of the bus, and his 4 massive arms are carrying a sick and bound Choppie, and he sets him down before you, and Choppie hacks and coughs and leans over, says, "You did it. We won." And then probably says something sexist or mean or cruel because Choppie was really an asshole. Like, what a dick. What a bastard.
Dude didn't even evolve.
Screw that guy.
Lame. I guess I would kneel down next to him since he was like part of my family, and I'll tell him like, it's over. We won.
So, fast forward a few months. What do you guys think you're doing?
Working with the humans.
Do you think you have a master again, or no? Do you think humans don't have Pokemon in balls like that?
Well, I don't know if we could talk about this, but I actually watched the Detective Pikachu movie.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So there is actually a world, not a world, a city called, I think it's called Rhyme City, where human and Pokemon live amongst one another and they work together.
Okay.
So
but
like
there's no master
There's
relationship.
no masters or anything like that. So
That's the society you guys are going to
it
build?
was kind of like that. Yeah, like Squirtles were part of the fire department and they helped put out fires and stuff, and I don't know what the hell a Charmander would do, but
Start fires.
start fires.
No, you'd work. You'd be a blacksmith or something.
Make hamburgers or
But in that
cook some
world,
food. That'd be great.
In
chef.
that world, like Pokemon battles were illegal.
Okay.
So they didn't have
Perfect.
battle. Well, there is a part in the movie where there is like battling going on, where it's like kind of like
Underground
kind of shit. But battling's like illegal, but everyone lives amongst one another and they all work together. So maybe something like that. So
Nice. Yeah, eventually the clouds do break up and part, and sun shines on Kanto once again.
Sounds like a good movie, actually. You said it was good?
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty
Oh, I
decent.
thought you meant our campaign.
Oh, our campaign is
that's what
definitely...
I thought you were saying. I was
definitely a
like,
good movie.
I could probably make a
Detective
movie out of
Pikachu
it.
2,
Yeah.
Electric Boogaloo.
Solid will probably be hanging out with Snow. And we will probably be trying to plant more things around in the world. We so desired the Viridian Forest that we would go back to that mudded area, and we would take some seeds and plant them in different spots around where the Viridian Forest used to be.
I probably work in the. I'm probably most successful during the winter season when everyone's chimneys are going out and stuff. I'll probably light them up and work on like the heating and cooling aspect of it.
Charlie's HVAC.
Yeah, HVAC. I'm heating that shit up.
Well, guys, we will see you next time on Crit Sandwich. And the mood is right
Cures.
for some D&D with you and me.